voices to be heard. Stick to the frequency that amplifies those voices, stories and reports that make the difference. This is Agidigbo News, 88.7 FM, the people's voice.
This is Kunle Amzat Studio, Agidigbo 88.7 FM. Welcome to News Around the World.
Good evening. Welcome to the news around the world on the most listened radio station, Agidigbo 88.7 FM Ibadan. I am Oluwatosin Ologun. First, the headlines. NBA warns against court interference in political party disputes. FCC Oyo State Chapter warns against low turnout of shortlisted applicants. Melania Trump denies any Epstein connection, seeks end to lies. Eswatini court rules force Trump deportees in jail have right to lawyer. Nigeria National League set April 24 for Super 4 press conference as promotion race intensifies. Now the details. The Nigerian Bar Association has cautioned lawyers and courts against involvement in the internal affairs of political parties, warning that such actions could undermine Nigeria's democratic process ahead of the 2027 general elections. In a statement signed today by NBA President Afam Osigwe, the NBA said it had observed a growing trend of litigation aimed at drawing courts into intra-party disputes, despite clear statutory provisions limiting judicial intervention in such matters. The statement said recent political and legal developments arising from the interpretation of the Electoral Act 2022 raised serious constitutional and rule of law concerns, as the association cited Section 83 of the Electoral Act, which is said restricts courts from entertaining suits relating to the internal affairs of political parties. The statement further noted that the law also prohibits courts from granting interim or interlocutory injunctions in such disputes. The Commissioner of the Federal Character Commission (FCC) in Oyo State, Prince Ayodeji Abbas, alleged lawyer, has called on youths across the state to take full advantage of the ongoing Nigeria police recruitment exercise. I will end on 18th of this month. Particularly those who have applied have been shortlisted and invited for screening. This was disclosed during an interview with journalists where he emphasized that it is crucial for eligible candidates to participate actively in the process, noting that failure to seize the opportunity could have long-term adverse effects on Oyo State's representation. According to the FCC Commissioner, other regions of the country are already maximizing such opportunities, and Oyo youths must not be left behind, reiterating its continued commitment to sensitizing citizens on the core principles of the Federal Character Commission. Prince Ayodeji concluded by affirming his resolve to ensure that opportunities meant for Oyo State are not missed, assuring that he will continue to advocate for the rightful representation of the state at the federal level. In recent times, many youths are choosing skill acquisition over formal education due to limited job opportunities and the need for quick income. While some still value education, others believe learning a skill offers faster financial independence. The trend continues to generate mixed reactions among young people. Agidigbo FM News correspondent Remilekun Alausa speaks with some youths to understand their views. Here's the report.
For many years in Nigeria, acquiring formal education has been seen as the key to a successful future. However, in recent times, Many youths are shifting their focus from formal education to learning skills as they look for faster ways to earn income and become independent. In a fast-changing world where survival meets ambition, many young people are beginning to rethink the true value of education. A survey carried out shows mixed reactions among youths, as some support skill acquisition while others still believe in the importance of formal education. In Nigeria, youths, Ogunleye Jeremiah shared his view on why learning a skill is becoming more attractive to many youths.
I prefer learning a skills rather than going to school. So one of my major reasons is that you might be educated and you have been reading for about 10 years and you were unemployed, and learning a skills, you will have a major aim to a major income to earn during the week or during the days. At least you have to find something to eat and meet up with your daily life activities.
On the other hand, Obadayo Omotayo emphasized the importance of education, noting that school plays a key role in personal development and communication.
I would like to go to school and learn some work, because if I'm in school, the work I learn will be able to help me in times of need, like maybe if my parents do not send money quickly. And if someone go to school, nobody will be able to cheat you in your own business. Then maybe like you buy something and they may say that the price that you put on this thing is too much. If someone is not educated, it's very bad and it's not good in our society.
Also, Adewale Abiodun, who is also a youth, highlighted how formal education helps in creating connections and opportunities for the future.
I prefer education than learning a skill, in the fact that education brings an improvement. It makes you a professional in what you do. It gives you a connection in knowing a lot of people and getting connected with top-notch people. It gives you what on what you do, and it makes you a special expert.
Despite these different opinions, many youth believe that both skill acquisition and formal education are important as the economic situation continues to change. Combining both knowledge and practical skills may be the best path to success. Remilekun Alausa reporting for Agidigbo FM.
The chief imam of Agidigbo FM, Alhaji Yunus Zakaria Baba, has emphasized the importance of humbleness as a way to win God's heart. Imam Yunus stated this during a sermon today as he urged people to remain humble when blessed and also advised the people to stay away from pride, highlighting that Allah said about be proud.
Nǹkan kan tí ẹni tẹ́ bá rí tó bá ní ìgbéraga tó bá ní nǹkan kò ní mọ orí rẹ̀ níwájú Ọlọ́run, yóò ní iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ òun. Bí ọba tún ṣe nǹkan fún tẹ́lẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ rẹ̀ ṣe nǹkan fún kò ní mọ orí níwájú ẹ̀dá gan, yóò ní tí ọba ṣe ẹlòmíì ò ṣe. Ìgbéraga ní máa ń tíyàn lọ bí àìmoore, àìmoore ọba tíyàn lọ bí ìparun. Ọlọ́run sọ ní Quran 59 verse 23. Ó fi ń yé wa pé òun kórìíra mọ́tómọ́tó kéèyàn máa ṣe ìgbéraga. Ó ní ìròyìn ọwọ́ Ọlọ́run ní mọ́tómọ́tó pé èmi mo ṣe, ta ni ó bí mi lẹ́yìn Ọlọ́run kò tó fẹ́ dà kan.
The chief imam therefore urged believers to always uphold humility in all aspects of their lives. Indigenes of Ikoile, under the aegis of Ikoyi National Descendants Group, have strongly opposed a proposed town hall meeting reportedly scheduled to be held by the Shon of Ogbomoso Obagande Afolabi Olaoye in the town over his 25-year developmental vision for Ogbomoso land. In a statement signed by Prince Soliu Ayinde and other representatives of the community, the issued on behalf of the Ikoile indigenes at home and in diaspora. The group expressed concern over an electronic flyer circulating on social media, which announced a planned meeting to be held in Ikoile. The group noted that it had not received any formal communication regarding the event, raising doubt about its authenticity. The statement emphasized that Ikoile is an ancient town with its own traditional authority, tracing its heritage to Ile-Ife and operates within a clearly defined jurisdiction distinct from that of Ogbomosho land. According to the group, no historical or traditional overlap between the domains of Ikoile and Ogbomosho land would justify hosting such an event in Ikoile, highlighting the current vacancy of the Onikoi stool. The statement pointed out the absence of a substantive traditional ruler to receive the Shon, describing any such visit as a potential violation of cultural norms and territorial boundaries. Now it's time to link up with our United Kingdom studio for foreign news.
News from Kule Amza Studio, Agidigbo FM, United Kingdom. I am Zikrot Fasasi. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says he's told his cabinet to start direct talks with Lebanon as soon as possible, which will focus on the disarming Hezbollah and establishing peaceful relations between Israel and Lebanon. He added that the request was made to his cabinet yesterday because of repeated calls from Lebanon to open direct negotiation. However, shortly before Netanyahu makes his announcement to his cabinet, Lebanese President Joseph Aoun has also released a statement that the only solution is a ceasefire between the Israel and Lebanon, followed by direct negotiation. He then concluded by saying his country's security forces have been carrying out their work fully to enforce security despite the difficulty circumstances they are facing. First Lady of the United States of America, Melania Trump, has denied ties to Jeffrey Epstein and that any claims linking the two needs to end. The First Lady called for congressional hearings for survivors of Epstein's sex trafficking in a surprise announcement with the reporters on Thursday at the White House, where she also denied online rumors that Epstein introduced her to Donald Trump, calling them mean-spirited attempts to defame her reputation. She then concluded by calling on lawmakers to give the victims the opportunity to testify under oath in front of Congress with the power of sworn testimony and seek appropriate justice for them. And that ends the news from Kule Amza Studio, Agidigbo FM, United Kingdom. I am Zikrot Fasasi.
Welcome back. We shall also be moving to our Maryland studio, United States, for more foreign news.
News from Kule Amzat Studio, Agidigbo FM, United States. I am Oluwatosin Sonya. First Lady Melania Trump has denied having any relationship with Jeffrey Epstein and said she was not among his victims, bringing renewed attention to the Epstein case after President Donald Trump had sought to move past the issue. In a statement, she rejected online speculation that Epstein had introduced her to her husband, saying she met Donald Trump at a party in New York City in 1998. She added she only encountered Epstein 2 years later at a separate event attended with Trump. Melania Trump also called on Congress to hold public hearings to allow Epstein's victims to testify under oath, a move that could intensify scrutiny of a case the president had attempted to put behind him. Court in Eswatini had ruled that the first 5 migrants deported there by the administration of Donald Trump are entitled to legal representation after being denied access to lawyers following their transfer from the United States to a Swazi prison in July. In its decision, the court dismissed the government's argument that the detainees had not explicitly requested representation by human rights lawyer Sibisiso Nabatsi, who had sought to pursue the case without being granted access to them. The 5 individuals are parts of at least 19 third-country migrants from across Africa, Asia, and the Americas deported to Eswatini under a broader U.S. immigration crackdown. Several countries have participated in similar arrangements to receive deportees from the United States. That ends the news from Kule Amzat Studio, Agidigbo FM, United States. I am Oluwatosin Sonya.
Welcome back once again. In the exciting world of sports, the Nigerian National League (NNL) has announced plans to hold a crucial press conference April 24, 2026 in Ikeja, Lagos as the league enters its defining phase with the highly anticipated Super 4 playoffs set to determine the overall champion of the season. The Super Four will feature the top team from each group, all of whom automatically secured promotion to the elite Nigerian Professional Football League (NPFL). As the playoff tournament will then serve as the ultimate decider for the overall winner of the NNS season. This year's campaign has been widely regarded as one of the most competitive and transformative in recent history, driven largely by strategic investment and structural improvements across the league. With so much at stake, the April 24 press conference is expected to provide key insight into the Super 4 format, logistics, and the league's broader vision as it continues its upward trajectory. To wrap up the news this evening, here's a recap of the headlines. NBA warns against court interference in political party disputes. FCC Oyo State Chapter warns against low turnout of shortlisted applicants. Melania Trump denies any Epstein connection, seeks end to lies. Eswatini court rules out forced Trump deportees in jail have rights to lawyer. Nigeria National League sets April 24 for Super 4 press conference as promotion race intensifies. And before we go this evening, here's a quick tip. Your mindsets can make all the difference. Finally, we have come to the end of the news around the world on the most listened to radio station at Gidigbo 88.7 FM Ibadan. I am Oluwatosin Ologun. Thank you for listening. Good evening.
News is information, and information is power. At Agidigbo 88.7 FM, we bring the news from top to bottom.
The Oyo State Independent Electoral Commission (OISEC) has called for continuous collaboration.
We bring you reports from Oyo State.
The Oyo State House of Assembly has called for thorough investigation.
Southwest Nigeria and the rest of the world.
Has clarified that the body did not receive any cash support from international development.
Trust us to keep you informed every hour, every day.
Agidigbo